The Balmond, actually. Oh, the Fredrin, as we mentioned. All right.
It's a safer route.
Very safe route. Terizla is perfect now for Falcons. If they pick up the Terizla now, I think this is just a perfect game for them. And we might go to game 3. I think.
Okay.
What are we going for here? Here, Flap. Obviously, Terizla is up there. I think that's the primary choice.
Yeah.
Given that Smart Omega would love to crumple up as a group.
Either whatever he gets for XP, because it's mostly gonna be probably like another setup reliant XP lane. It's something Mingwin will get, but it's just gonna happen anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the Arlot's also still there.
Alice maybe for combination with the Eve, but I think Terizla's the best.
I would be so surprised if it picks up a Uranus. Okay,
okay.
There you go.
So they Terizla is more like I'm gonna shelter myself. Alice is more like now we're gonna bring the fight to you. So
Balanced draft between the two teams. So let's see if it's also the comfort that'll still matter the most for Omega heading into game number 2.
Yeah, and I'm curious to find out how Netsuki's going to be performing and making the most out of his advantage in the first few minutes of this game, given that he is going up against the Claude. It's very important, and there you go. You know, the Assassin getting picked up as the emblem, which is, again, essential for the scaling of Netsuki, trying to find a gap that would be more than enough for Super Marco to not really fully engage in certain situations.
Okay, aggressive start here for both Omega and Falcons. Perxiva doing such a great job at making sure they're able to keep them in check, but Falcons are not letting up. They're still going for the invades. Ryzen now won't have that much of an easy time securing this green camp, but at least they have some help from Perxiva.
Yeah, he had to commit that retribution just so he would be able to fish for that one. Immediately, Team Falcons going to the other side, but it seems like that fight will be put to a halt as Netsuki joins the party.
Still a slight level advantage here for Ryzen over Kyle. Falcons are already low. They are not going to force it. This is the opposite of what we saw in game 1.
Yeah, but the passive of Ogwen really came into play in that first clash, because it would have been very different as Perxiva is going to be able to escape that certain situation. Omega and Falcons, lots of activities, lots of team fights being forced now, even though they aren't complete.
Yeah, they've been always trying to go for the invades. They've been watching out for Ryzen and his rotations. So props to Ryzen for still being able to keep up, because he's been constantly, there was a constant attempt from Falcons to deny the camps on his side.
Dude, it was like he was on their face the majority of the time, but now the turtle is going to be spawning and appearing with MPL.
All right, and now because of that, Falcons will have no problems whatsoever securing this first objective of the game.
This is similar to what happened in the first 2 minutes. No casualties, and Falcons taking the major objective.
Okay. So they want to go for the invades again. 3 members, or actually 4 members of Falcons here present in the purple. They're not going to proceed.
Yeah. They have weathered the storm for a little bit, but Kyle is already taking over the jungle. This is something that Falcons really likes to do whenever they're ahead, and they're really good at it. Whenever they find an opening, they will keep you choked inside your jungle. So now Omega has some problem solving to do. They don't have the Claude like in the previous game where you can just split push. They don't even have the Loi, so it's will be a tricky route for them.
Oh, Perxiva hits level 4. Now has the golden hour available.
Okay.
Interesting.
That's 2 flickers committed by Team Falcons.
That tells you that Omega did the right move. However, because of those 2 flickers, they will get away, and they also take some outer turret and shields up top. Now it will be up to the movements of the duo mid, or the trio mid, in fact, of Omega, and how they can take advantage of this. Surely, we know that Falcons has the lead, but one thing that you have to take note about this comp from Omega is that this is early game centric. You gotta respect the second turtle now if you're Falcons, but if they do get over that and they take over the second turtle, that means that Omega are gonna be in a lot of trouble.
You know, Omega, 40 seconds in, has to find a way to position themselves towards the turtle, because sure, they do have the battle spell advantage with both Haji and Ogwen already committing their flickers, but if Team Falcons gets into position first, it might be difficult, which is the reason why the engage is fully going to be there. If Flicker's going to be utilized by Perxiva, but Flap cutting from behind is going to be making his way towards that turtle with just 10 seconds remaining before it spawns.
Falcons know that the flicker is not available for Perxiva, but it seems like they're not even positioning themselves early on for this upcoming objective as Kyle takes out all remaining energy shields up top.
Yeah, they plan to burst it down as fast as they could. Ryzen now at the front lines.
Okay, that's a title strike, knocks up one. There goes the Throne of Ruin as well. Who finally gets the turtle? It's gonna be Mingwin, still using the IMU with the real world manipulation and the Appraiser's Wrath to find first blood on Ogwin. Now Flap having to run away, knocked up by the Dark Wave. Another stun from Perxiva, but the damage is not gonna be there anymore.
They may not be able to kill a lot, but they got one and a major objective. That's more than enough.
Okay, Marco all alone here down bottom, but he is going to be able to clear this, however.
Yeah. What a fight for Omega. I think it's well designed because they knew that Kyle was away, and which is, I don't know why Falcons actually decided to take Turtle to that manner. I think they're just backing on the fact that they have the Tsunami Slam, but because of the fact that they didn't position themselves well, Omega was able to find an opening, and even at just the golden hour, and then Mingwin just being clutch under the turtle, despite the Tsunami Slam on to Ryzen, they were able to take it, and then they found a little bit of control in the river as well.
You know, in game number one, it felt like everybody was just minding their own business. You know, everybody's just securing objectives, looking for information. It was like, oh, you're there? Okay, I'm just gonna go the other route. But now they're going face to face, just looking at each other, dishing out some damage, and with that, Omega may have gotten the lead for quite a bit, but Perxiva is just there to simply check where everybody's going to be coming from.
Yeah, and Kyle's been always up top. Like, he's been consistently rotating towards the top. Now it's James finding him taking this orange. So far, it's like Falcons partly avoiding a lot of the things that could happen across the map.
Yeah. We are pushed. Look at this. 4 members.
They're going for it.
Okay, Blazing Duet already used just to clear out that wave. Netsky won't have enough time to take down this turret. Great job from Falcons.
Crisis averted.
Yeah, but that's an ultimate down towards the next major objective. I don't even know if Super Marco is going to be part of it, but Omega is looking to rush, going to that turtle pit. They're going to blitz this probably to hopefully take another major objective.
Whoa, they've regained control in this game. James and Perxiva zoning out the members real well. Flap might not go in anymore. Omega, they're taking control of this map.
There's magic. Black magic even. That's happening here. That can only be the only explanation. 1 kill in 6 minutes, and it's on the side of Omega. With this draft, they're taking 2 turtles out of the 3. And they are getting the farm back. But now, Falcons, all they have to do is to prolong this game. If this game goes late, I feel like their composition is better to play in that scenario, especially because of how systematic Omega has been.
Wow.
Bro, it's tit for tat. You know, it's just everyone taking an objective, not really making a lot of moves, calculated risks. It's just smart Omega giving me flashbacks of the art of macro that we've been seeing for majority of the time in this season. Now the fight's happening in the orange buff. They might go for this.
They cross over to Falcon's side. That 2-man knockup with the Dark Wave. Tsunami Slam committed onto James, and the Throne of Ruin by Flap captures many, but he is just gonna go away. Omega, no one's falling at all.
Oh, but Kyle, this is a good play coming out from Falcons because there's so much commitment coming out from Omega up top, and they have lost control. The fact that Falcons survived that meant that they now are maintaining this lead.
Yeah.
That's just really smart coming out from Falcons, taking calculated risks, risking the life of 4 of their personnel just so Kyle could freely make his way around the bottom. And with that, 1.5k has already been established, and mind you, that's the biggest gold lead that we have. 8 minutes and 25 seconds into this game. That's crazy when you think about it.
Without having to kill anyone at that.
Yeah.
That is what's really scary about this. And Falcons are doing what Omega has been doing to other teams, and they're doing it well as well.
Yeah.
And like I said, the late game coming up from Falcons is scary, so Omega has to troubleshoot now. What is their next step?
Yep. So far, Falcons, despite everything that's been happening, have always kept Ryzen in check. It's a much more honest jungler compared to the other heroes we're used to see in his hand. So from the very beginning of this game, you see how Falcons are just really making use of whatever information is available. But speaking of information,
this is the troubleshooting.
Find Kyle down bottom. Netsky's just so much damage coming from him. They're going for the chase. There's just one hit left, and Penguin gets to finish the job. But on the other side of the map, Ryzen actually falls. Falcons finds a really good pickoff.
Yo, they thought they had the Retribution and the Lord also themselves, but the tankiest member of the squad goes down.
Oh, look at that positioning from Mingwin. They forced Falcons out of their plays. A 3-man golden hour, and now they just have to continue the fight. Blazing do it defensively. Falcons can take the Lord.
Can they take it down actually? Ogwin just dishing out some damage, hoping to stay alive. But the burn is not gonna be enough. Ogwin lives another day, but Team Falcons had to let go of the Lord Pit, and Omega neutralizes the scenario.
Oh, that is really good for Falcons, as it looks like. But Falcons, they still have some fight in them. Their ultimates will now be back up. Ogwin has the Tsunami Slam now. You gotta be careful, Omega, but now they're blitzing the Lord.
Oh, they forced the Throne of Ruin.
Super Marco
doesn't have it anymore. Super Marco with the right angle, but the Appraiser's Retribution secures the objective, and now we're going for the fight. Tsunami Slam committed on James. He finally gets shut down. Falcons might want to go for it more, but Omega with the conceal will just choose to run away.
Because they have the major objective. This is Team Falcons' first set of kills in this series, and it couldn't have come at a better time. But with Omega taking a major objective, they're gonna have to do damage control. They have -1 in terms of the composition, and now the Lord has spawned.
Yeah. So this is the time where the viewers can say that I might sound biased, but I think that favors Falcons better than Omega. Surely Omega gets their objective, their neutral objective, but Falcons are able to get kills. Now the only problem is if Falcons lose their turrets in the middle and up top, then that's when Omega has the lead. 1,000! 1,000 damage per hit.
What does he have? He's just on the Haas, Berserkers, and the Malefic Gun.
Bro, what's with these footballs, man?
Oh, Netsky.
You witch.
Netsky, you witch.
Netsky, you witch.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
And now it's Team Falcons looking to make plays around the map.
Oh, Tsunami Slam. There goes the golden hour, and the real world Perksiva finally gets taken out. Falcons at least get one. And Kyle from behind might actually go for a play, but that's 4 members of Omega who are probably ready to take on this. Super Marco still gets to use the Blazing Do It and survives with the BMI, but Ogwen will get traded out. Netsky goes back in. He's going for Kyle, but there's massive damage too from Haji, and disengage this time.
That's a roamer for a roamer. Just when we thought that the sandwich play coming out from Team Falcons was there, nope, Omega makes the pivot.
Oh, Super Marco survives there. That was so sweaty. It's so hectic. The good thing about what Omega is doing is that they're backing out together. That's the reason why the sandwich play did not happen for Falcons, because when Kyle wanted to go for the play, Omega was prepared for it. They were bracing themselves. You can see how good the shot calling is for Omega, the way that they backed out of there. Like, everybody could just like teleport it out, or maybe they could have just run away from each other, but no, they kept their box. That's why Falcons weren't able to get a push, and now Omega are taking down turrets.
You know, that's funny, because usually the box happens during Lord Sieges and Lord fights, but this is a moving box.
A moving box!
And that, you don't see that.
A box with wheels!
Oh my goodness.
It's a cart.
It's a cart.
It's a cart. It's a Trojan horse. I don't even know how to explain it, but
It's gone, yeah.
so far Team Falcons, from a 1.5k gold lead, it goes down to 100. Smart Omega making the right moves around the map, having 3 more turrets still alive out aside from their inhibitors.
It's gone. The lead is gone. It's practically neutralized.
If they see Kyle up top, down bottom, I mean, they will blitz this. This is the Bruno with 1,000 a pop on this normal attack, basically.
Okay, yeah. And he has Rose Gold.
On 5.
So I think that might be a good thing, but they used the Tsunami Slam on Perksiva. Still, no reaction from him. Doesn't use anything. Super Marco going in! Netsky finds the last hit on the objective. Throne of Ruin by Kyle, but the golden hour actually catches the entirety of Falcons. They still somehow well.
Oh! Kyle says take down the major problem. Ryzen and Netsky eliminated in a flash.
2 for 1, Kyle. That arrow fully charged up, hitting on the two members of Omega. The Sky Piercer takes it away. And now Falcons have found something out of nothing. Oh my, Kyle saves the day.
Bro, what the hell is this game even about? We thought it was all fun and games. It's a bloodbath in 14 minutes.
Yep, commendable entries, even from Super Marco, I'd say. Like the way he was able to still reserve that blazing duet, but all the more from Kyle when he still found that turnaround now, equalizing not just the map, but now also regaining that lead that they previously lost.
Oh, and that spike of BPM from the Coach Wura, understandable. To be fair, Netsky knew that Super Marco does not have enough damage to go toe-to-toe with him. If he had the Purify, if he had the Wind of Nature, Netsky would have wiped out. He has it. So he can now stand toe-to-toe against Super Marco. You can see Super Marco melt in front of Netsky, and Netsky just holding his ground. It's just that stray arrow, in fact, coming up from Kyle that was able to hit him with the Sky Piercer.
Dude, both of them used the Wind of Nature from the start of that clash. As soon as the Blazing Duet appeared, Netsky popped it off. And then the same could be said for Super Marco, just so that he would be staying alive in that fight. And that was the green light for Kyle to just dish out the damage and eliminate the Golden Later, the main threat from this Team Falcons roster.
Okay.
Very unlikely because of the Purify. No. That's just impossible, honestly.
Okay.
That's just a little too ambitious.
Yeah, too ambitious. Yeah.
And now no conceal. Ogwen just waiting there. He's gonna have to escape because it's a strength of 4 and a power of 2 with Kyle now joining the party. They're just simply occupying the river bush, hoping that they could find someone just wandering around, but no team is letting up. They're going to be waiting for the next lord to appear, which is under 20 seconds.
This is so tricky for Netsky. Positioning-wise, you gotta be careful of either the Queller or the entries of Flap and Marco, because at this point I also feel like they'd be more confident to just go in. They already have the damage, Marco has the damage, and Flap too. He hasn't died just yet, even though there were a lot of almost moments.
Now, they go for this Lord fight. The dance is on 40k on that HP. James hiding from the back, and Mingwin just out here in front. Who's going to be the choice for Ogwen to pick off? Apparently, not just yet.
Whoa.
They're cooling and chilling down.
Yeah, he doesn't force out the Purify from Mingwin yet. That was something you would definitely want a reaction out of. Ogwen holding this bush seems really good for Falcons though.
Yeah. This is the sweatiest Lord Dance we've seen all
Oh! Yep.
Oh, Ryzen is low, but this understandable. James with the plate armor and the flicker. Gotta be careful about that if you're Falcons.
Oh, they didn't get to hold it.
Oh.
Okay, James.
They spot Ogwen. James now onto him. There goes Flap. He still doesn't get to use the Throne of Ruin, but James is already low. Kyle finds the kill. There goes the Wheel of Manipulation. It's a throw. From Flap. Catching all 3. Netsky finds Ogwen, but now they're on the chase. It's a killing spree for Haji as they find both Ryzen and Netsky. Now it's just Mingwin running away. It's Perxiva running away. It's an unofficial wipeout that's incoming. Now it's official from Falcons as they deny the sweep from the barangay.
1 minion wave, that's enough. The superstar triggers from Falcons with Haji, with Flap, and it's over. All they had to do was to wait for their superstar triggers to come.